Today, J30 World Discovery is taking you into a pretty fun topic. 22 U.S. states you might want to think twice about visiting if you really hate certain things. Because sometimes, a place can feel like paradise to one person, but a total travel nightmare to someone else. And on this list, there are states that are beautiful and famous, but if you're afraid of cold weather, extreme heat, crowds, sharks, earthquakes, or even dark, creepy forests, you may want to watch this video before booking that flight. Let's start with Nevada. If you're seriously afraid of nuclear radiation, Nevada probably isn't the kind of name that makes you feel relaxed. That's because it is home to the Nevada Test Site, a famous nuclear testing area located about 65 miles from Las Vegas. From 1951 to 1992, more than 1,000 nuclear tests were conducted there. Some of those tests even produced radioactive fallout that drifted into nearby downwind communities, raising major health and environmental concerns. So if just hearing the word radiation already gives you chills, Nevada may not be your ideal destination. Next up is Maine. If you're afraid of dark, deep, slightly creepy forests, Maine might make you think twice. Around 89% of this state is covered by forest. During the day, that can look beautiful, green, peaceful, and almost magical. But if you had to walk down an empty trail in the middle of a Maine forest at night, a lot of people probably wouldn't find it so romantic anymore. For nature lovers, Maine is a treasure. But for anyone who hates the feeling of being surrounded by endless trees, it might be a little too much. And we're still in Maine, but this time for younger viewers who don't really enjoy being around too many older people. Maine is one of the oldest states in America by median age, with a median age of around 45 in 2022. That gives Maine a pretty mature feeling, almost comparable to countries with aging populations like Italy or Greece. Of course, that doesn't mean Maine is boring, but if you're looking for a place that feels young, fast-moving, energetic, and full of nightlife, Maine may not be your first choice. The complete opposite of Maine is Utah. If you don't like being surrounded by too many young people, Utah might not be your vibe. Utah's median age is only around 32, about 13 years younger than Maine, but this state has a very young, active, family-friendly energy with lots of outdoor activities and a growing population. If you love youthful energy, Utah can be very appealing. But if you just want somewhere slower, quieter, and a little more settled, Utah might feel like it has a bit too much energy. Now let's go to Florida, but not because of sunshine or Disney World. Personally, I feel like Florida is one of those places that already sounds like a vacation the moment you hear the name. Beaches, sunshine, theme parks, boats, and everything that looks fun on camera. But if you're afraid of sharks, Florida is definitely a state that should make you careful. In 2021, the United States recorded 47 unprovoked shark bites, and Florida alone accounted for 28 of them. Of course, that doesn't mean every time you swim in Florida, you're going to meet a shark. But if it were me, the moment I swam a little too far from shore, the Jaws theme music would probably start playing in my head immediately. But Florida doesn't stop there. If you hate the heat, this state may not be that comfortable either. Florida has a warm climate almost all year round, and it once recorded a record high temperature of 109 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer of 1931. For many Americans, Florida is a sunny paradise. But if you're the kind of person who wants to live inside air conditioning, hates sweating, and can't stand humid heat, the Sunshine State can turn into the sweat state very quickly. And if you hate tourists, once again, Florida shows up on the list. In 2022, Florida welcomed around 137.5 million visitors. That is a massive number. It means that in famous places like Orlando, Miami, or major beaches, you can easily run into crowds, phones, cameras, long lines, and groups of people on vacation everywhere. Of course, if you visit Florida, you're also a tourist. But let's ignore that small detail for now. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to J30 World Discovery. On this channel, we explore fascinating facts about countries, cities, cultures, and strange places around the world in the most simple and entertaining way possible. Now, let's get back to the list, because the next states are even more surprising. The next state is Colorado. I have to be honest, Colorado is the kind of place that makes you want to pack a backpack the moment you see a photo of it. High mountains, blue skies, mountain roads, and landscapes that look exactly like the America you see in movies. But if you're afraid of heights, or you don't like places that sit too high above sea level, Colorado might literally make it harder for you to breathe. The average elevation of Colorado is about 6,800 feet above sea level, making it one of the highest states in America. For mountain lovers, it's paradise. But for people who are used to living in lowland areas, Colorado may be beautiful, but also a little intimidating. Now, let's talk about New Jersey. If you hate crowded places, New Jersey should definitely be on your think twice list. This state has a population density of around 1,300 people per square mile, making it one of the most densely populated states in the U.S. If you enjoy cities, convenience, and a fast lifestyle, New Jersey can be very practical. But if you just want somewhere spacious, quiet, with fewer people, fewer cars, and less pressure, this state might exhaust you from day one. If you want the opposite, look at Alaska. Alaska has an extremely low population density, only about 1 to 2 people per square mile when you count the entire state. So if you hate emptiness, dislike remote places, and don't enjoy areas that feel too quiet, Alaska may make you feel lonely. This place is majestic, wild, untouched, and beautiful. But that is exactly why it's not for people who need excitement every day. Alaska is also a state you should not ignore if you hate cold weather. This state once recorded a record low temperature of minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit at Prospect Creek. Just hearing that number is enough to make you feel cold. For people who love snow, wilderness, and adventure, Alaska is truly a dream. But if you're the kind of person who puts on a jacket even when the weather is only slightly chilly, Alaska could be a very serious challenge. Don't like lakes? Then Alaska may once again be a difficult choice. This state has thousands of large lakes, and if you include small, unnamed lakes, the number could reach into the millions. Lakes make up a major part of Alaska's landscape. For people who love fishing, boating, and exploring nature, this is amazing. But if you don't like water, don't like lakes, or feel uncomfortable being surrounded by huge natural landscapes, Alaska may simply have too much of it. But now let's go back to Texas. Personally, I've always felt that Texas has a very distinct personality. Huge, strong, a little cowboy-like, and everything seems bigger than normal. But there is one thing in Texas that I don't think anyone wants to experience directly, and that is tornadoes. From 1950 to around 2021, Texas recorded about 9,380 tornadoes, averaging more than 130 tornadoes per year. That means, in a state this massive, a tornado is recorded somewhere almost every few days. To me, Texas is definitely worth exploring, but if I saw the sky starting to twist, I probably wouldn't feel like being a brave tourist anymore. Texas is also a place to think twice about if you're afraid of dangerous animals. Over roughly 20 years, from 1999 to 2019, Texas recorded at least 520 animal-related deaths, more than many other states. But the surprising part is that the deadliest animal was not an alligator, a venomous snake, or some wild predator. It was deer. More specifically, deer are often involved in car crashes, causing thousands of accidents and many deaths each year. This is the kind of danger many people don't think about because the animal looks harmless, but the consequences on the highway can be very serious. And if you're afraid of lightning, Texas appears yet again. Florida is often famous for lightning, but Texas has recorded around 42 million lightning events in a single year. Of course, Texas is huge, so the large number makes a little more sense. But still, 42 million is a number that can make anyone pause. If you're the type of person who wants to hide under a blanket the moment you hear thunder, Texas during storm season is probably not going to be a comfortable experience. Next is Alabama. If you don't like places with lots of fast food, Alabama may not be the right fit for you. This state has been mentioned for having around 6.3 fast food restaurants per 10,000 residents. For people who love burgers, fried chicken, fries, and quick meals, this might sound like good news. But if you hate fast food or you're trying to eat healthy, Alabama might test your self-control quite a bit. Alabama also appears in a funnier category, anger. According to some rankings, Alabama has been labeled as one of the angriest states based on things like toxic online comments and road rage incidents. Of course, this is just a playful way to look at it. It does not mean everyone from Alabama has a bad temper. Alabama still has plenty of lovable things. But if one day I see an extremely toxic comment under this video, I might jokingly say, I wonder where this person is from. If you love sports, enjoy an active lifestyle, and don't like environments with high obesity rates, West Virginia might make you think. This state has been mentioned for having an obesity rate of around 40.6%, which is among the higher rates in the United States. Of course, one statistic cannot define an entire state, its people, or its culture. But if health, movement, and eating habits are extremely important to you, this is still something worth noticing. Now let's go to New York. If you hate tall buildings, skyscrapers, or the feeling of being surrounded by concrete and glass, New York may not be the place for you. This state is home to New York City, which has many famous skyscrapers, such as the Empire State Building, One World Trade Center, and Central Park Tower. But honestly, New York is still too special to ignore. Even if you're afraid of tall buildings, standing in the middle of Manhattan just once might still overwhelm you in a good way. Next is Hawaii. If you're someone who gets annoyed easily, or you simply don't like seeing other people too happy, Hawaii might actually make you even more irritated. Hawaii was ranked the happiest state in America in 2024, with a happiness score of around 66.31. And when you think about it, that makes sense. Blue ocean, sunshine, tropical drinks, and scenery that looks like a dream. If a place like that doesn't make people a little happier, maybe the problem isn't Hawaii. And if you hate weird things, strange memes, and random internet jokes, Ohio has to be on the list. In meme culture, Ohio is often turned into a symbol of weirdness and things that cannot be explained. But to be fair, Ohio is a completely normal state, and it actually has many cities, universities, and destinations worth paying attention to. The internet just chose Ohio as a target for jokes a little too often. So if you hate anything weird, avoid Ohio. Or at least avoid the comment section of the internet about Ohio. Finally, we have California. This is a state that, personally, I find very hard to say don't visit. California has so many attractive things. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Hollywood, beautiful coastlines, technology, culture, food, and almost everything you can imagine. But if you hate the idea of being caught in a natural disaster, especially an earthquake, California is definitely a state that should make you think twice. The 1906 San Francisco earthquake is estimated to have had a magnitude of around 7.9 and killed more than 3,000 people. The Northridge earthquake in 1994 had a magnitude of 6.7 and caused tens of billions of dollars in damage. So to me, California is like a movie star, beautiful, attractive, and full of glamour, but with some real risks behind the spotlight. And those are 22 reasons why some US states may not be right for you, depending on what you hate or fear the most. But honestly, the more I make this list, the more interesting America feels. A state can be beautiful and scary at the same time. Florida has blue beaches, but also sharks. Alaska is breathtaking, but unbelievably cold. California is glamorous, but always reminds people of earthquakes. Texas is huge and powerful, but its weather is not exactly gentle. Maybe it's these contradictions that make each place more memorable. If you enjoy videos like this, hit the like button, subscribe to J30 World Discovery, and let me know in the comments, out of these 22 states, which one makes you feel both curious and a little scared? Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next journey with J30 World Discovery.